Hello and welcome back, everyone. Scootsy16 here with another episode of the Super Mega World Series. And I don't know if you expected those first two games to go the way that they did, but a crazy walk-off win for the Soul Takers in Game 1 to start this entire series off, and then a 1-0 victory for the Blazers against the Blue Rocks in Game 2. Next time up, we're going to be watching the Arizona Epics face off against the California Grizzlies. This will be for the Epic region, and these teams consist of some very big fan favorites: your Heaters, your Bee-Wolves, your Platypi, your Grapplers, and your Wide Loads will all be represented in these two teams. So let's go ahead and take a look at those two teams. Before we start this matchup, highlight a few big names that you're going to recognize, and let's talk about some of the big ones. You will see Hanley Dexteras as the number 2 overall draft pick. You would imagine that an S-tier player like that would have to go number 1 overall, right? But instead, no. That was Elmo Slayer of the Heaters, who got the number 1 pick in the tournament, in the Epic region, and it went to the Arizona Epics. Elmo Slayer is going to take the mound for them in Game 1. A couple of other notable players: Elmo's teammate and reliever counterpart, Dern Neverwalker, drafted in the 9th round of that draft. And then you'll see Rally Overo, another big name. This bullpen looks pretty stacked with those two names in it. Big defenders, you'll see Hanley Dexteras. You'll also see Hack Liner sitting at tier 2. So he's getting a little bit of appreciation versus what the wide loads treat him like in the with that tier 1 scholarly traits that he has. He drafted in the 5th round, and then guys like Royce Ruvo drafted in the 6th round. So excited to see what this team is capable of. They will be facing off against the California Grizzlies. California, their first-round pick, S-tier pitcher Hurley Bender. 3 S-tier players in this region. So I think it's the highest rated region if it goes just by S-tier players alone. If I'm not mistaken, correct me below if I am wrong there. But then you can see stacked pitching staff, including Ace Von Asen, who actually will be the starter for Game 1 for the Grizzlies. That was who they opted for. They also have Mac Gunn, drafted in the 5th overall round. I think Ace was number 2, right? Number 3 pitcher for it. Oh, that's right, because big old Beefcake McStevens from the Platypi was drafted 2nd overall for this, or sorry, 2nd round for the Grizzlies. So he'll be your big offensive weapon for this team. Really interesting matchup between these two. Let's see what they're capable of. Let's go ahead and get started. Starting with the Epics, they got the first pick in the Epic region draft, so they will be the away team to start this thing off. They will lead off with Rays Rufo and go from there, where Dexteras is actually going to be playing second base over Kitty Kaufman. So interesting choice there. Let's head over to the Grizzlies and see what their lineup's going to look like. And we'll have Beefcake McStevens DHing, so he's not even at third. Instead, that's Ali Finder. Ali was drafted in the totally lost my train of thought there. 8th round was Ali. You'll also see Track Statsman will be in right field. He was drafted as the one of the free agent drafts, the first free agent pick for the Grizzlies. He actually replaced Jovan Bambino on the roster, so that's a big move right there. We'll see if it pays off for them. Pitching-wise, Hurley Bender will be replaced by Ace Von Asen. He will take the mound for the Grizzlies in this matchup. Instead of Hurley Bender, they're having him go number 2, which means you have a deep rotation when you can do that. So let's go ahead and get started. Heading out to the Swagger Center, home of the California Grizzlies. Beautiful day out for baseball, and I hope you've been enjoying this series. 2 games in, and it has been very exciting. It has been very unique. These games have been very fun to watch. I hope you've been enjoying it. Again, keep me posted down below. Who are your favorite teams that you're seeing so far? Who are some of your favorite players? What region are you rooting for? let me know in the comments down below. But here comes Ray's Rufo, number 6 pick for the Epics in the draft, going up against Ace Von Asen. You'll see Rufo with tier 3 high pitch, and he took a high pitch for a strike. There it is, and it's going to be just a soft base hit up the middle. Nice diving attempt from the second baseman, but to no avail. And now here comes Hanley Dexteris with tier 3 fastball hitter. So Ace has to be careful here with his four seam and his cut fastball. And he gets a fastball, but it's in on his hands, and it's going to be skied into center field. It will hang up for Fungo Akiro for out number 1, and Rufo having to retreat back to first. And now Devon Godsendez, the number 3 pick for the Epics, comes up to the plate. Devon of the Grapplers with some really great contact and power numbers, so he has a really solid bat. Ace gets a nice strike call there, and he'll get ahead in the count, and K Collector at tier 3 will activate for the Grizzlies, and it's a grounder to third. Cannon Arm activates for Ellie Find Air on the turning the double play around the horn 5-4-3 to end the inning. So nothing goes for the Epics in the first inning against Ace Von Asen. They were able to make some contact against him, though, so we'll have to see how that plays out. Here comes Elmo Slayer. First pitch swinging is slapper glute, and I can hear Prack saying, overrated, as he grounds out for the first out of the inning. So here comes Beefcake McStevens, number 2 pick. He'll swing at the first pitch he sees, pulls it foul and out of play. Tier 2 high pitch, and I believe tier 2, power versus lefties, which is activated against Elmo. Elmo, one of the perennial pitchers in the entire league, consistently at the top of the Cy Young voting. He'll get a fly out here, and Hera Owugliams, the right fielder today, ranges over and catches that on the line for out number 2. Chimo Gaspar, the second baseman, Gaspar of the Wide Loads, I believe. Yep, Wide Loads, 10th overall pick, or 10th round pick, excuse me. Tier 2 low pitch for him, tier 2 contact versus lefties. Elmo Slayer has K Collector activated. That's at tier 2 as well. 1-2 count with 2 outs, and a ground ball through the hole, 5-6 hole, gets through, and that's going to be a 2-out base hit for Chimo Gaspar. And he'll turn to Track Statsman, the free agent right fielder, got brought in place of number 6 pick Jovan Bambino. And he'll have tier 2 RBI hero, but not activated right now. We'll see if that runner can be pushed into scoring position. I don't think it's a good idea with that arm behind the plate. And Track will push one foul there. 1-2 count. K Collector activates, and another dribbler foul. Godsendez there, but it's going to be in foul territory. And there's strike 3. What a nasty pitch there, as it just dropped right out of the bottom of the zone for strike 3, and that's out number 3, excuse me. So both teams get a hit, but nothing past first base in the first inning. We'll see if anything changes in the second go-around. Sluggy Boomhauer coming up to the plate for the Epics. Sluggy was the number 1 free agent pick for the Epics. Falls behind 0-2. And he'll see K Collector activate against him for Ace Von Asen, which is terrifying at tier 3. Staying alive, 1-2 count once again, and he'll take a ball outside, so not chasing out right now. Hits that one hard, but foul. And another ball, so he's not chasing outside of the zone. Oh my God, Sluggy Boomhauer, very patient. What an incredible at-bat for him. And that ball, that was epic. That was an epic shot for Sluggy Boomhauer. 463, and falls behind 1-2 in the count. Battles back with a few foul balls. He takes a few pitches that were tempting but outside of the zone, and he gets it to a full count before he blasts off into left center field. Bullpen, I believe, was over there. So now here comes Darcy Hicks. Darcy Hicks of the Wide Loads as well. 15th round pick for the Epics. He'll have tier 3 inside pitch. 2-2 count. K Collector activated. Chases way high and in on 101 miles an hour on a fastball that he just could not catch up to. His partner in crime on the infield for the wide loads is Mashadonga, tier 3 off-speed hitter. So you can see that the goal here was to get those off-speed and fastball hitters at tier 3 as much as possible. And another chase strike 3 for out number 2. 2 strikeouts in response to that big home run. And now another wide load comes up, and Hack Liner, the third baseman, 5th round pick. He will have Ace Exterminator activated at tier 2. And ball 2 there. If he gets another ball here, instead he swings at one. Big Hack will not activate, but K Collector does. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Whoa, he was expecting something completely different there. Well ahead of that 90-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch, and that's strike 3. But the Epics strike first with a huge home run. A solo shot from Sluggy Boomhauer puts us at a 1-0 lead for the Epics, and now they are hoping that's enough cushion for Elmo Slayer. Tier 3, Little Hack activates, and a grounder to third base. Easy toss to first for out number 1. I did not catch who that was, but if I'm not mistaken, that was... I believe that was Fungo Akuro. Yeah, it was. And now Carlton Starr of the Heaters comes up. Starr was the 4th round pick for the Grizzlies. And he'll get a base hit up the middle, past the second baseman and into center. A 1-out base hit for the Grizzlies. They're hoping they can get something going here. And they'll bring up Ali Finder. Ali Finder of the Grapplers, the third baseman, will pull one, but it's going to go foul, tailing out of play. And that's a big strike 1. Elmo Slayer gets a strike 2 call, so K Collector will activate for him. And there's strike 3, a pitch that dropped out of the zone. And a big strikeout there. So with 2 outs, here comes first baseman Kobe Kingman, 13th round pick from the B-Wolves. Big power hitter, but not much contact. We'll see if he can get a hold of one. It is hard with all of Elmo's pitches moving so much, like that changeup there. And there's a slider that drops into the zone. He'll foul that one off, and he'll fall behind 1-2. K Collector making just enough contact to stay alive on a pitch that he fouls back. And there's strike 3, another slider, but this one doesn't tail in like the last one did. It stays outside, and that's strike 3 to end the inning. So another base hit. But again, nothing past first base for the Grizzlies. We'll see if the Arizona Epics can add to their lead here. Turning to Harmony Strauss. Harmony, the catcher for the wide load. So you see a lot of wide load representation on this team as tier 3 fastball hitter. And the ace is trying to be careful there. He falls behind 3-0. He gets a get me over strike. There's an off-speed pitch that's fouled off inside part of the bat, so it made a really weird noise. And full count, pulls one foul. Do it again. Pulls the string and gets her. She had to gear up for that fastball at 100 miles an hour. Instead gets a 80-mile-an-hour changeup for strike 3. Just crazy speed changing there. So Harold Williams comes up. Platypi Lore, best catcher potentially or best secondary catcher in the league. Some might say that's Dano Yoshida, but we'll get that argument going in the comments down below. She dribbles in front of the plate, and she'll ground out for out number 1. And we'll turn to the top of the order for Ray's Rufo, Heaters center fielder. Got a base hit his first time up. Trying to be careful here not to swing anything out of the zone. That one does not catch the top of the zone. And a 3-1 count, he'll foul one off. So full count, K Collector activates. Ace is locked in. Making contact to stay alive is Rays. And there's strike 3, 99 miles an hour. And both pitchers are pitching very well. Ace made a small error in his at-bat, or in his approach to Sluggy Boomhauer, and he's hoping not to make that mistake again. But we'll see how that plays out. Hank Hart comes up. The catcher of the Heaters comes in, 14th overall pick. had that first pitch prayer trait, but didn't do much with it as he just took that pitch, and K Collector activates on a 1-2, and he knocks out his battery mate as Elmo Slayer tells Hank to go sit down. You would have thought maybe Hank Hart had an advantage there knowing how Elmo likes to pitch, but nope, not in the slightest. And so Slapper Glute comes up. Slapper, the Heaters left fielder, will give Elmo Slayer a warning shot as it goes right past his face and into center field. So getting a base hit with one out, he'll be standing on first base with good speed. Great arm behind the plate, and Strauss not worth running on. Beefcake will have his tier 2 power versus lefty and high pitch, and that gets down right in front of Ray's Rufo. And runner had to hold for a second, almost gets called out at second base, and that's going to be back-to-back hits. So hit very hard. I think you had to play back on Beefcake, and he ended up dropping it right in front of Ray's Rufo for a second hit, or the second hit of the inning. With one out, Chimo Gaspar comes up. He pops one foul. He's 1 for 1 with a base hit, looking to do the same. He'll pull one, just foul down the third baseline, and 1-2 count. K Collector activates. Oh my God, what was that pitch? Holy shit. That ball moved like crazy. And that was an easy strikeout for Elmo. Was that a slider? Because I don't think I've ever seen it move like that. What the hell? K Collector activated at tier 2 for, oh my God, track statsman off the wall. Misplayed by Sluggy Boomhauer. It's a secondary position. One run will score, and that'll tie the ball game. But the other runner had to hold at third base, and now we will see second and third. Track statsman staying true to his name as he puts one to the wall. I thought that was getting out of here. I thought it was going to sail just over the fence. And Elmo in a bit of trouble here with 2 outs, looking to try and get out of it against Acuro. And he will. Hanley Desteres reaches up, grabs that to end the inning. But a big hit for Track Statsman to tie this ball game up. And it is now 1-1 as we head to the top of the fourth. And Hanley Desteres, number 2 pick for the B-Wolves. One of 2 S-tier players on the B-Wolves, the only team that has 2 S-tier players. 0-2 count immediately, and Ace Von Asen will give him the fastball, but it's high, so it'll get fouled back. And there's an off-speed pitch that he pushes right back where it came from and up the middle for a base hit to lead off this inning. So top of the fourth, the Arizona Epics trying to get something cooking here, and they have great speed on the base paths, and Devin Gonçalves comes up. Very great bat here. We'll see if Hanley tries to run on the arm of Hank Hart. Not a good idea generally. Missing the plate twice here and falling behind 2-0, now 3-0. Does Devin get the green light? He does not. That one just catches the corner for strike 1. And he'll swing at that one, but he doesn't make good contact. And now with a full count, Devin will take strike 3. And he doesn't agree. He says something to the ump, but the call is what it was, and that's going to be out number 1. Now Sluggy Boomhauer will come up. He already got the best of Ace Von Asen once. Instead, this time, it's going to be Ace that gets the win. It's just going to be popped up into shallow right center, and Gaspar will come back and get that one for out number 2. So you definitely don't want to strand a runner, your leadoff runner, on first base here. So Darcy Hicks looking to try and do something, especially if he finds something on the inside part of the plate. That one's staying away. Ace still locked in, approaching the 60 pitch mark. And this one gets inside, but missile right to Allie Finder. She's able to react in time and toss it to first to end the inning. So leadoff base hit doesn't do anything. And Ace Von Asen is still locked in, as he has had a really solid day despite that one home run. You could almost argue that maybe he's having a better day than Elmo Slayer, all things considered. And that ball, I don't even know who was the one that hit it, but that was a hard hit ball to left field, but it's going to hang up, and Boomhauer catches that for out number 1. Elmo has been more efficient as he is only approaching the 50 pitch mark here. In the bottom of the fourth inning, Ellie Finder comes up 0 for 1. She's made a couple of good plays over there at third base, but hasn't done anything with the bat Their first opportunity. Full count here. K Collector is activated, and a liner to second base. Dexteris will get his second one in 2 innings, and that'll be out number 2. Kingman comes up. 0 for 1. I believe he struck out, and this time he takes advantage of the first pitch he sees, anything near the zone. It looks like he was ready to swing immediately. He get a base hit up the middle, and we'll turn it to Hank Hart. Elmo's teammate on the Heaters struck out once against his ace pitcher, and he takes a prayer, and this one's going to land just foul down the left field line. And first pitch prayer gone. He'll take a ball outside. Swings through strike 2 way high in the zone, and K Collector will activate. And there's strike 3. Pulls a string, and Hank Hart can't believe it. He says something probably shouldn't be repeated on live television to his teammate, but I think if you read his lips, you know exactly what he said there. And so Elmo Slayer gets through another inning, 4 now for him, and matching his rubber mate, Ace Von Asen, pitch for pitch practically. Ace at the 60 pitch mark here against Mashadonga, swings at the off speed, but well ahead of it and pulls a foul. K Collector locks in 1 and 2, and just fouled on the third base line, just misses the bag. And this time she'll swing ahead on the fastball, and it's just gonna, or swings a bit late on the fastball and grounds to first base for out number 1. Hack still up there with Tier 2 Ace Exterminator. We are at full pressure now in this game as we get closer to the end of it. 6 innings, remember. 0-2 immediately. K Collector activates for Ace. And in on the hands, he'll pop it up to shortstop. Catching that is Carlton Starr for out number 2.
Number 13.
Harmony Strauss comes up. Again, Tier 3 fastball hitter. It doesn't seem like any of them have been able to predict Ace Von Asen very well. She'll swing it at an off-speed pitch and pull it into right to soft liner to right field to end the inning. So bottom of the 5th here, and we're quickly approaching the end of the ball game, and we might be seeing a repeat of Game 1, another extra inning affair. But in order to get there, Elmo Slayer is going to have to hold off this Grizzly offense. Slapper Glute, 1 for 2 with a single. Little Hack activate, and it'll take ball 1 to get rid of Little Hack. And he'll drop a strike in, so it's back here, and so is K Collector. 60 pitches for Elmo Slayer. Nice diving play from Hack Liner. He gets up, tosses to first in time. Out number 1. Hell of a play from the wide load third baseman as he reacted perfectly to that one. Doesn't let it sneak past him, and then he uses his strong arm to get it to first in time. That's out number 1. Beefcake got a base hit his last time up. 1 for 2 with a single. He'll watch those high pitches go past him. And there he sees one he likes, but pulls it foul. Another high pitch, but this one he gets just under. It's going to be a sky fly to center field for out number 2. So just missing that one, and Beefcake, you can tell, is mad with himself. Chimo Gaspar will come up 1 for 2 with a single. We'll pull Elmo Slayer here in the 5th inning for Rally Overo. And a grounder up the middle. Nice play from Mashadonga. Will catch it or toss it to first in time. That'll end the inning. So Elmo Slayer going 4 2/3 innings, giving up 1 run and 6 hits. And Rally Overo comes in, throws 1 pitch, gets the out. And we'll see what he does in the bottom of the inning. And they'll do the same thing on the other side. The Grizzlies will will bring in Remington Sharp with Tier 3 Elite 2-seam fastball. He also has a slider and a 4-seam. And you know Hera's looking for that slider. Getting only fastballs here. 3-1 count. Hera will take strike 2. Full count now. And right up the middle and miss the comebacker. 47% chance for Remington Sharp to misplay that. He does. But great recovery from the pitcher as he's able to turn around, find the ball, and get it to first just to beat Hera going to first base. So bang, bang play over there. And now top of the order, Ray's Rufo swings at his first pitch, and he'll ground out. Hanley Dexteras 1 for 2 with a single, looking to try anything he can to keep this inning going a little bit longer. He likes that two-seam fastball, so he'll be gearing up for it. Missing the plate twice, 2-0 count, and an off-speed pitch. He swings at it. He'll ground to third base, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Remington Sharp in place of Ace Von Asen. So great pitching for both of the Grizzlies pitchers today so far. And assuming the Grizzlies don't score here against Rally Overo, we might see extra innings. So we'll see what Rally does against Track Statsman, the only man to get a run in. Grounder past Hack Liner, who was guarding the line, and it sneaks by him the other way. So leadoff base hit, that's the winning run standing there on first base. Fungo Acuro comes up 0 for 2. We'll see if runner starts moving here. Little Hack activates as he was way ahead of the changeup. There's another changeup for strike 2. There's the curveball. But is he throwing his fastball? No, it's faster than that. 0-2 count and a ball tailing down the right field line. It's going to go just foul. Hera getting to it, but not in time. But it does land in foul territory. And there's strike 3, the fastball on the outside part of the plate. And he couldn't catch up to it. And that's strike 3 for out number 1. Carlton Star with tier 3 first pitch Slayer. He wants to try and gear up on this first pitch. Rally Overo does not want to put it in the strike zone. He does, but it's going to be pulled foul. Ball low, 1-1, 1 out. Runner taken off for second base on the hit and run, and it's fouled back. So missed opportunity there. Carlton Star sends one to deep left field. This one is going to hang up and die right in front of the warning track. Boomhauer catches that, and runner retreats back to first base. So now 2 outs. Leadoff runner still stuck at first base, and now Allie Finder comes up 0 for 2. Trying to find a pitch she can pull down the right field line. She does! This one's going to get down into the corner. Harold Williams comes up throwing. Cannon arm does not activate, and that will allow the runner to advance from first to third. Allie Finder does her job, and runners on the corners here. Winning run at third base for Kobe Kingman. Last time up, he sent a base hit up the middle. Can he do it here? Rally stopper activated. Swinging through the first pitch, strike 1. Rally stopper at tier 2. Rally Overo gets strike 2 now, and he needs to come up clutch here. He does! And the inning ends. Kobe Kingman pissed. He shatters his bat at home plate, and Rally stops the rally. And we had to extra innings for the second time in 3 games in this series so far. This is what you have to ask for when it comes to these types of games. Devin Gonzalez 0 for 2 is tense against Remington Sharp. Remington, 9th round pick. I forgot to even talk about him. 9th round pick for the Grizzlies from the Platypi. Fouling one back, 2-2 count for Devon Gonzalez, and he'll strike out. And he's gonna have to figure things out or reapproach his strategy at the plate. Sluggy Boomhauer will now come up. 1 for 2 with a home run. Solo shot for the Epics earlier in this game, and he'll get a fair ball down the right field line. This one past the diving first baseman. Statsman will come up throwing. That'll hold him to a single. Boomhauer, not the fastest runner. I almost think you might want to consider pulling him for a speedier bench bat. Instead, though, Mac Gunn will come in for Remington Sharp, and that's the only change that occurs here. Mac Gunn, 5th round pick for the Grapplers. Shattered bat from Darcy Hicks. Lands behind the plate. Pop foul. Can he get to it? Hank Hart diving and almost get himself killed as he dives into the dugout, but it's going to land just foul. Matt Gunn with tier 3 elite cut fastball as well as gets ahead. Pulling on the inside pitch, but still early. 1-2 count for Darcy. Gets an inside pitch, but he skies it high to center field, but shallow. So he can't even advance the runner here. And Acuro will catch that and toss it in. Runner retreats back to first. So now 2 outs for Mashadonga. All right, so when we look at Mac Gunn's arsenal, he has a 4-seam, a cut fastball, and a curveball. Gets the curveball right away. She takes strike 1. She was looking fastball right out of the gate. Swings at the fastball, but late and missing. 0-2 count. And she does it again, and Masha goes down. Strike 3, and Mac Gunn picks up exactly where Remington Sharp left off. And speaking of Rally Overo of the Epics. He was drafted in the 4th round from the Grapplers. Hank Hart gets pulled for Mantonio Lavo. Mantonio drafted late, 19th round pick from the Heaters. Good bat, but nothing else. Good bench bat to pull in. And a grounder to third base. Hackliner will come up throwing, and thankfully Lavo is not that fast. Hackliner with a good play over there. Had to barehand and toss quickly, pretty much all in one motion, and that'll be out number 1. So Rally still staying out there as he passed the 20 pitch mark here at about half stamina. And Slapper Glute single with 1 out. He is now the potential winning run, with Beefcake McStevens coming to the plate. 1 for 3 with a single. He just missed a moonshot in his last at-bat. So he's at a high pitch, but just misses it, and it pops foul behind him. Curveball does not catch the top corner. That one sails inside. 2-1 count. Runner takes off, and there it is. Beefcake McStevens, he just missed it the last time. He sends this one out, and the Grizzlies will take this game in walk-off fashion. Beefcake McStevens, the captain of the offense for the Grizzlies, will win this one. 3-1 victory. Maybe you think Rally Overo was left in too long. I think they were testing him too much. Beefcake just kept seeing those high pitches. He just kept trying to square it up, but he missed it too many times. That was one too many times you go the top of the zone, and Beefcake made him pay. Wow, another walk-off win in this tournament. 3 games we've played, 2 walk-off victories, and the Grizzlies will take game 1. That is tough for the Epics to swallow. But this was a great matchup. I think that this is still, there's no clear winner in this series, and I honestly think that the Epics have a lot of offensive firepower with all those tier 3 discipline traits. I think that's just a matter of time before they go off. Their home run was from Sluggy, who doesn't even have any traits to help him out. But you go up against Ace Von Ace, and you're going up against a Buzzsaw, and it's not going to get much better in the next game when Hurley Bender comes out to the mound. So this will be really interesting. All right, 3 runs on 10 hits for the Grizzlies, 1 run on 4 hits for the Epics. Taking a look at the Epics offense, it was few and far between. Only 3 players on the team got a hit. That was Ray's Rufo, Hanley Dexteras, who nothing came of theirs, and then Sluggy Boomhauer, big offensive performance for him. He had that one solo shot that ended up being the only run of the game for the Epics. The Grizzlies, a little bit different. They were able to get more hits, production from top to bottom. So you see Glute and McStevens both with 2 runs each, 2 hits each. Beefcake, of course, the big walk-off win there with a 2-run shot. Slapper scoring twice. Base hit from Gaspar. Track Statsman with the big double there. Tied the game in the bottom of the 4th, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have singles from Star, Find Air, and from Kingman, but it was enough. It was enough to get the victory. Almo Slayer pitched really well. 4 2/3. He gave up 6 hits, 1 earned run, and struck out 6. Really great performance from him. Nothing you could say bad about this. Rally Overo pitched really well, too. It was just that one mistake to Beefcake that made him pay, and I think we all saw it coming, too, with the last at-bat against, I think it was Rally that he faced off against. 1 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs on the home run, and 2 strikeouts. On the other side, Ace was just he was a bit better. He did give up the solo home run, and in 5 innings, he gave up 3 hits and 6 strikeouts there. So I would say he did a bit better than Almo Slayer between the 2 of them. Remington Sharp, he was lights out, 1 1/3, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, and then Matt Gunn came in, picked up right where he left off, 2 outs, but 1 via the strikeout, and that was enough for him to get the win. Overo gets the loss, and Beefcake, number 1 player, Sluggy, number 2, Elmo, number 3. So I actually disagree with Elmo there. It should be Ace, but instead, okay. Either way, this was a fun matchup, and again, I think every one of these games so far has been an indication that this is going to be a wild series. Yeah, let's put Razzie Dazzler on the mound for the Blue Ox. I'll take it. We'll see if she can match up pitch for pitch with Jovita Pulo. Uh, we'll fix that next time out. But I have no idea. Wild is an understatement now. Wow, what a way to, oh gosh, you know what? Actually, I want to peek at this because I hope that I didn't make a mistake with the Blue Ox. No, they didn't. What the heck? They have four starters. I have no idea what's going on there, but we'll fix it. Yeah, I'll figure this out before the next one. So, anyways, what a crazy matchup this has been. What a crazy series this has been. 2 walk-off wins in 3 games, and the other game was a pitching gem versus with Manny Kays and Alicia Woodrow. 1-0 victory for the Blazers, and now we will see the last 2 teams. I actually am one of those 2 teams. I manage and drafted the Chicago Dogs, and we'll be facing off against the Twin City Blue Ox. I didn't mention earlier, and I apologize, the 2 teams that we just faced off against, or we just watched. So you have the Arizona Epics. They were run by Merriweather. If you're familiar with him in the community, he is the manager and the one that drafted the Arizona Epics. Tough loss for him. And then for anyone familiar, the California Grizzlies, managed and run by Amateur. His name is Amateur in the community. So shout outs to them for these 2 teams that they put together. Some fun matchups ahead for all of us. And man, I'm so glad you're here watching this. I'm so happy that this is happening. This is, just really, really enjoyable so far, and I hope it continues this way. There is going to be a surprise in round 2, and I'm so excited to show you all that. I'm not going to spoil anything until we get there, but thank you so much for watching. We will see you all next time, and we'll talk to you later. Bye, everyone.